Hey guys, YouTube 100 here. Alright, and now here I am to make my Thanksgiving review for the year. And this year, my Thanksgiving review is going to be a review for a Winnie the Pooh Thanksgiving. So, this special originally aired in 1998. Yeah, and I remember like as a kid, I actually did watch this a lot. I mean, I remember this was on that Winnie the Pooh Seasons of Giving video that was released in 1999. Yeah, and I did watch that video a lot as a kid. So yeah, so I did see this special quite a lot on that movie when I was young. Yeah, and I remember like I did like it. I mean, Winnie the Pooh really has had like a lot of really good specials. Like I've even reviewed a couple. Like I reviewed like Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2 and Boo to You Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, so they have had like quite a lot of good specials. And yeah, and this is another one. Like yeah, I really did like this one a lot. Like yeah, I mean, it is like a relatively short special. Like it only is like a half hour long, but yeah, like I said about like the other Thanksgiving specials that I've talked about the last few years, like I've talked about like a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Miracle Thanksgiving episode of Full House, and last year I reviewed the Turkey Day episode of Kean and Kel. Yeah, like those specials. Yeah, this is another really good one. It is kind of like a relatively simple story, but yeah, they do a good job of really telling the story. What this special really is about is like it's Thanksgiving in the Hundred Acre Wood, and like for Thanksgiving dinner, like everybody just brings like a certain dish for the feast, yeah. But then Rabbit comes along and just tells everybody that like Thanksgiving really is just about like the tells them like the traditional feast of Thanksgiving. So he sends like everybody out to really like retrieve a piece of like the traditional Thanksgiving feast, yeah. Yeah, but then yeah, then like eventually like when like they do like bring like their assigned things back for the feast, like it really just ends up like going like totally wrong, and everything just ends up being destroyed. Yeah, yeah, but then yeah, then after all that happens, then like that's when like eventually after that is when like they all really do realize what like the true meaning of Thanksgiving is and what Thanksgiving really is about. Yeah. So it is kind of similar to the Miracle of Thanksgiving episode of Full House, where like I talked about like how in that special, like despite the fact that like their feast kind of like did go a little wrong with like the turkey burning and stuff. Like Danny told DJ how like Thanksgiving really isn't about like the turkey and pie and all that stuff. It really is about like remembering like what like they're all thankful for and that they have each other. Yeah, and that really is kind of like a similar story that this special does have as well. Like how it really does really tell that message also. Like that is something that like we really do know, but even like when we do know it, like they still do like good at really just telling this story. And yeah, and I really did enjoy it. Like I really did like it a lot as a kid when I would watch it in that Winnie the Pooh Seasons of Giving movie. Yeah, and even like watching it all these years later, I still do think it is pretty good. Yeah, and this special also does have like some pretty good songs as well. Like there's like the song when Pooh is singing about Thanksgiving in the beginning. Yeah, there's also like a couple of songs that are saying like as they're hunting down their piece for the Thanksgiving meal. Yeah, and of course that song at the end, like Our Thanksgiving Day, like that is just like a really good song. I mean, that's one that I still do listen to a lot even now. Like, yeah, that really is just like a very good song, and it's one that I really do listen to. And I even remember I used to even like sing along to it when I was younger. And there are like some times where I still even do like get that song stuck in my head, particularly when I after I listen to it. Yeah. So yeah, so I really do think that this is a pretty good special. I mean, for a Winnie the Pooh Thanksgiving special, I do think that like this is probably like something that I would really think of, because especially like with the stuff that like they all do like first bring for the Thanksgiving feast. Like, yeah, I mean that is really something that I really do actually see like Pooh and all the others really bringing for Thanksgiving. And so yeah, that really is something that I really do see them doing. Like if they really were to celebrate Thanksgiving. So yeah, so this really is just like a pretty good Winnie the Pooh Thanksgiving special. Yeah. So this special pretty much does have like everybody from like the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and even from Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, all like voicing their respective characters in this special. Like you still do have Jim Cummings as Pooh, uh, Paul Winchell as Tigger, John Fiedler as Piglet, Peter Cullen as Eeyore, Ken Sansom as Rabbit, Andre Stoka, I think that's how it's said, as Owl, Michael Goff as Gopher, Brady Blum as Christopher Robin, and yeah, and even like they actually did bring back the guy that was the narrator in Pooh's Grand Adventure. So yeah, so it's kind of nice to hear his voice again. Yeah. So yeah, so pretty much like they really did bring back like all the cast for from New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and Pooh's Grand Adventure: The Search for Christopher Robin. Yeah, so yeah, so you do have like all the famous cast, and you do like hear like all the familiar voices. So yeah, so there, I really don't really like think that this really is like that bad of a special. So yeah, so if you are looking for like another sort of a Thanksgiving special, like and if you are a fan of Winnie the Pooh, even like if you got kids, like if you got kids, this is a good special to check out as well. So yeah, so really just yeah, I really do think that this special really is worth a watch. I don't know how many of you have actually seen this special before, but yeah, if you haven't seen it before, and if you're a fan of Winnie the Pooh, give it a watch. It is a pretty good special. All right, so I guess I'll just talk a little bit about the special. All right, so yeah, so as the special opens up, like I said, it's Thanksgiving Day in the 100 Acre Wood, and Pooh goes to see Christopher Robin, and just like telling him it's Thanksgiving. And when Christopher Robin asks Pooh what he's thankful for, and when Christopher Robin asked Pooh what he was thankful for, Pooh said that he was most thankful for the company of all his friends. Yeah, and then Pooh asked Christopher Robin if he would join Pooh and the others for Thanksgiving dinner, and Christopher Robin said that he wouldn't miss it for anything. So then Pooh then took off and just like was singing like the song about Thanksgiving and just passing by like all the others. Or as he was singing, passed by Piglet and Eeyore and Owl and Tigger and Gopher and all of them. And yeah, and it is a pretty catchy song, like hooray, hooray, today is the day to give thanks for giving and give thanks away. Yeah, that's a pretty catchy song. Yeah. Then later on it then like showed like how Pooh and everyone else were then like gathering for a Thanksgiving feast, and it showed that they each like brought something for the Thanksgiving feast. It showed how Pooh of course brought honey, Piglet brought some acorns, Gopher brought a barrel of lemonade, right? Owl brought some biscuits, Eeyore brought some thistles, and Tigger brought some chocolate ice cream. Yeah, yeah. But then, yeah, then when Rabbit then arrived, like when Rabbit saw like what everybody brought, he was just like telling them how like that's not the right food for Thanksgiving at all. Then yeah, then Rabbit then just like told everybody how like what they the feast for Thanksgiving consists of turkey and cranberry sauce and pumpkin pie and all that stuff. So then Rabbit then like sent everyone out to retrieve like the proper stuff for Thanksgiving feast. Rabbit sent a Tigger and Eeyore to retrieve cranberries for the cranberry sauce. Uh, Rabbit assigned Gopher to make the pumpkin pie. He sent Owl to wash dishes, and then he sent Pooh and Piglet to retrieve a turkey. And then Rabbit then just said that he would like put up like the Thanksgiving decorations. Yeah. So then it showed how like Pooh and Piglet were then just like hunting for a turkey in the woods, and of course like Piglet was like really like timid and just like kind of like imagine turkey and just thought of it as like a huge monster. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, then it showed like how Gopher was making a pumpkin pie and just doing it like really funny. Like he blasts like a bunch of pumpkins to retrieve like the stuff like the inside of the pumpkins for the pie. Yeah, and then like it just showed like the batter that he made like consisted of like jalapeno and turmeric with the pumpkin. Yeah, it showed like uh like concocted all together by like welding it, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Then with Pooh and Piglet really like not having luck in finding a turkey, they then decided that they had to make a trap to capture the turkey. Yeah. And as they were like constructing their trap, it showed how Tigger and Eeyore then like were retrieving some cranberries. But then yeah, then like as a Pooh and Piglet like dug like a huge hole for their turkey trap. They then like needed some bait, and then as a Tigger and Eeyore were like heading back, it showed how like they were like dropping their cranberries, and then Pooh and Piglet like came across the cranberries and used them as bait for the turkey. And then like when Tigger and Eeyore realized that they dropped all their cranberries, they then like discovered the trail of cranberries that they were leaving behind. So then they just followed the trail to gather the cranberries, and then it showed how like a Pooh and Piglet were like hiding with their like trap, waiting to capture a turkey. Yeah, and yeah, then like you didn't actually see it, but yeah, you'd like heard like uh, like their their trap actually did capture something. But yeah, we as we you could probably tell, it was a Tigger and Eeyore. Yeah, you just like heard them like just screaming, and it was like they were like moving around all over the place. Yeah, yeah. Then eventually, then like back at Rabbits, Joel how like everybody then like was like finished everything, and we're bringing back all their stuff for the Thanksgiving feast. Gopher brought the pumpkin pie. As Rabbit will like finish putting up all the decorations. Owl was bringing all the dishes. Then Pooh and Piglet brought back their quote unquote turkey. And yeah, then when Rabbit like discovered like how wild and just how big it was, like they then decided they had to open the net that they had the bag, I guess I should say, that they had the turkey in. And yeah, but then eventually then like Tigger and Eeyore then ripped their way out of the bag, and then as a Tigger then like showed like they brought back the cranberries, then like it just showed like he accidentally like pulled Eeyore's tail or something, and then yeah, then Eeyore then just went crazy, and then like ended up like tipping the table over, and the pie went flying in the air, and Rabbit tried to catch it, but then like Tigger I think made Rabbit fall. Yeah, Tigger caused Rabbit to fall, and then it caused Owl to like fall over with all the dishes, breaking all those, and then Piglet was then like launched up into the air, and Piglet like was like hanging from like the a decorative turkey that Rabbit had put up as part of the decorations. And as Pooh tried to like help Piglet get down, like it showed how Pooh was then uh, thrown up into the air as well, and then it just showed how Pooh and Piglet were just swinging from like the decorations, and then eventually then like the decorations then just ended up like falling, and then Pooh and Piglet then just like fell down to the ground as well, and it just showed how like everything was destroyed, like just it was like a total mess, and Rabbit just like seeing like how everything was just wrecked and ruined, and just like felt that Thanksgiving was ruined, and just said that there was nothing to be thankful for. And then just it showed how Rabbit was just like very upset and just like walked back to his house very sad. Yeah. Then yeah, then it just showed how like everyone was just like back at home really feeling sad and upset about like how Thanksgiving was ruined. Yeah. Then yeah, then it showed how like Pooh was just outside of his house with Honey, and then he just said that he may as well just I could be thankful for the little he has. And then Pooh then like realized that like the very little stuff that they do have they should share. So then Pooh went to like Piglets and everyone else's to gather them. Yeah. Then it showed how then they were all back at Rabbit's, and it showed like Rabbit they were at Rabbit's door, and then when Rabbit opened it, he was just like like just like seeing like them like very happy, asking them what was going on, and then Pooh reminded the rabbit that it was Thanksgiving, and when Rabbit was just like talking about how like just all the food and everything was gone, and then they just told Rabbit that they had all the food outside, and then it just showed that like all the like they made the feast out of like all the foods that they did like originally bring with like the honey, the acorns, and the ice cream and everything. Yeah, and yeah. Then it showed like all of them just like sitting at the table outside with their Thanksgiving feast, and then yeah, then it showed Christopher Robin then arriving, and then just providing a toast to Rabbit for putting it all together. Yeah, so yeah, Rabbit just was then like honored at their Thanksgiving feast, and everyone like provided three cheers for Rabbit. Yeah, then it just ended with the song "Our Thanksgiving Day," and yeah, and this is just like a really good song, and yeah, and it's just like really catchy one. It just shows how like they're all like sharing the foods that they all like had with the honey and the acorns and the ice cream and all that stuff, and then yeah, all of them just like singing about like the meaning of Thanksgiving and stuff, and then yeah, you of course like had like that this famous piece, friends near and far away, sharing all today, gathering to say we're thankful, friends in every way, make each and every day our Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, the special ended with them like singing that song, and then the final piece of it was Pooh finishing it off with the "Make each and every day our Thanksgiving Day." Then it just ended showing like all of them like eating the food and the narrator giving like a closing speech, and yeah, and that's how it ended. So yeah, so really is like a really good Thanksgiving special. Like it really is just like another one, kind of it really does kind of like feel like sort of like a cross between the Full House Thanksgiving special and the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, because like in Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, of course, when Peppermint Patty and her friends came to celebrate Thanksgiving with Charlie Brown, they had like that kind of like unusual Thanksgiving feast, and yeah, and it was kind of like the same thing here with like the food that they did bring with like the honey and stuff. So yeah, so just like this really is like kind of a mix of like Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Full House Miracle Thanksgiving with like teaching the real meaning of Thanksgiving and stuff. So yeah, so like I said, I really do like this special a lot, and yeah. So if you haven't seen it before, if you're afraid of Winnie the Pooh, or if you even got kids, yeah, I definitely say give this a special a watch, because yeah, it is a really good Thanksgiving special. I mean, it does tell like a very simple story, but yeah, it really does a good job of telling this story. So yeah, so if you haven't seen it before, I would recommend checking it out. All right, so yeah, so I guess that's the best way I can put it. All right, so I guess that's all I really have to say about it. All right, so yeah, so this is my review of a Winnie the Pooh Thanksgiving. So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this review, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody tomorrow. Hope you really do have a really good Thanksgiving tomorrow. All right, so yeah, so that does it for this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.